now well into autumn, and Halloween is here. For every day of the month of October, I'll be reviewing a horror film. Some well known, some not. There will be no cliche choices here. Some of these films you would have never heard of, and most likely for good reason. However, some hidden gems might be found along the way. So let's get right on down to it with 1994's Champion Killer. And oh boy, did I hit snake eyes with this. This is basically a Dirty Harry clone, but... Well, actually, no, there's no but. It's basically what it is, a Dirty Harry clone, with the exception of a couple of diversions from that film's plot, as well as mixing in the Enforcer somehow. You get essentially what is Black Harry. Dirty Harry, but there's a black guy playing Dirty Harry. I'm really seriously lost at ends trying to describe this film, because I've just watched it half hour ago and already it's gone for the mind. Already, I just can't remember any of this, which is frankly why I've got notes here. Otherwise, this review wouldn't be happening in the first place. Oh Jesus! After what seems to be a half hour of cheap-ass title cards, we are introduced to the two main villains of the piece: a cokehead sex psycho and average audio quality. It's almost as bad as this review, but then again, this isn't a feature film, and this isn't also a feature film that got distributed. After this abysmal introduction, we are introduced to another one, that of our protagonist, Bo, a hard-edged cop and a loving family man. After this, there's a pimp and a hoe, they bitch, then there's a long montage of them walking about, just walking about. At this point you're in for a rough ride. I mean, not even Fred Olen Ray was this lazy. I mean, it's a typical California production with guild actors dicking around in overly long scenes of dialogue. Lazy social commentary is the name of the game so far, as one scratches their head trying to figure out whether this is action, horror, who cares? Sometime down the line it's revealed that the pimp and the hoe are in fact undercover officers, and they're out to make a bust. At this point you'll realise that most of the film will be taking place in long shot. Let the actors do their thing with lethargic direction. Champion Killer, champion of shit, Mola. The bust is a success, at least by LAPD standards. I'll leave what that means up to you. And after some horrendously cheap blood effects, Bo's family is killed by our little cokehead. They couldn't afford a funeral scene, so instead Bo cries up against a wall while his friends try to console him as they're all dressed up like Reservoir Dogs rejects. After this, more specifically 5 years later, a girl gets shot and our little coke fiend just runs away with the gun. There we go. Finally, the main plot then kicks in at the half-hour mark. Well, finally, I was losing all control of all the suspense. A Dirty Harry routine with the cokehead from earlier demanding $1 million from the police, and in exchange he will stop leaving nubiles on the sidewalk where any self-respecting gangbanger could trip over them. So many scenes are ripped from the Eastwood classic. It feels like some kind of trailblazing fan film. They even rip off the Enforcer with the hard-nosed female partner our hero Bo Harry gets halfway when his partner bites a bullet and decides to call it quits. Yes, they even stole that Dirty Harry scene where the concerned wife tries to convince Harry to quit also. Also included in this cute little homage is the killer being a rooftop sniper, when they could find a roof that is, the killer kidnapping a girl and demanding a ransom from the mayor's office, a cat and mouse game by phone. The climax was even the same, etc., etc. Blimey, Governor. Leeching on another film success, daytime TV production values, the viewing experience equivalent to wading through a quicksand, unable to decide whether you want to sink or not. My God, this film's a press-on feature before press-on was even press-on. Seriously, the similarities are shocking. What age of film we live in when even C movies have a storied heritage. I really hit snake eyes with Champion Killer as my first pick of this Halloween marathon. A dull, Dirty Harry clone that skirts on cynical plagiarism with bare minimum of psycho killer shenanigans to qualify it for this review. Is it worth your time? No. Hell no, son. How this got distribution is beyond me, let alone a lawsuit. It's a lazy, pissant caricature of an infinitely better film. And that's all I've got to say about that. Well, actually, no, it isn't. Champion Killer isn't the most painful viewing experience I've ever had, but no doubt this is the most no-fi of a film I've seen, without the words Andy Milligan appearing in the opening credits. Well, evidently, at least they took time to block scenes, which is more that we can say about our favourite Staten Island introvert. So, in the end, if you want Dirty Harry without Don Siegel's fantastic direction, just a story, if you want Bo Harry, then by all means, go crazy. Coming up tomorrow is The Breed.